Hello, my name is Father Demetri Glimidakis. I am here in Lakeland, Florida, and today I'm going to be discussing Matthew 5:5 in the Sermon on the Mount. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So as usual, I like to hone in on at least one of the words. I only have 5 minutes, so I try to talk about at least one of the words, and the word I looked at today was meekness. And this one's kind of an interesting one to me because in my tenure as a priest, I actually had somebody tell me one time that I was not very meek. And at the time, I got pretty offended, obviously. My pride got in the way, and I got pretty offended. And so now, as I'm looking at this verse of meekness, one of the definitions that I understand that I'm reading is the biblical understanding of meekness is power under control. And it's power under God's control, which means two things: the refusal to inflate our own self-estimation, and number two, the reticence to assert ourselves for ourselves. So I got to thinking about it. And it was basically a slap in the face. A spiritually meek person is not self-willed, not continually concerned with his own ways or ideas or wishes. They're willing to put themselves in second place, submit themselves to achieve what is good for others. And yesterday we watched a documentary on Elder Joseph the Hesychist. And one of the things that I realized was maybe I'm not so meek as I thought I was. A lot of times as a priest, as any kind of clergy or anybody that knows clergy, sometimes our ego does get in the way. As much as I try for it not to get in the way, sometimes I think that I'm right, and because I have a collar or I serve the church, I think that I'm right. But I never remember thinking this way until I realized what it was to be meek. And then I realized that I would always tell myself the mark of a true man is to realize that you don't know anything. There could be some people out there that are 1 year older than me, 1 day older than me, younger than me, that actually know more than me. And if somebody is wanting to say something to me, such as my spouse or some of my friends or some of my parishioners, there's a chance, and there's a big chance that often that I'm not going to be very meek when I accept that criticism or whatever is being told to me. Is meekness as a human nature and behavior, it's about being righteous and humble and teachable and patient under suffering. Long-suffering, willing to follow gospel teachings, and attribute to be a true disciple. I have some of those attributes, but not all of those attributes fall under my understanding of meekness or who I am today as being meek. I constantly am working towards it. I am constantly wondering what I need to do to move forward. And one of those things I really need to understand is being meek. And as I said, as I was watching the documentary about Joseph the Hesychist, he went into the mountains to be by himself. And he went into the mountains to learn what it meant to pray and to listen to God's voice and to have God fully under his control. And at one point he did have some other individuals, and I think there's a great temptation when people are under your charge that you think that you're always right. But the true meaning and the true understanding of being a spiritual leader is that every single person, now that I'm reflecting on being meek, every single person that I have helped or I have given a encouraging word to, everybody that I have comforted or tried to educate or gave a sermon to, each one of those people have actually taught me how to be a better priest. And without them, I wouldn't be the priest that I am. Every single person that I have had an opportunity, that God has given me an opportunity to move or be in their life in one way or another, I have tried my best to be the best Jesus that I can be. And I pray that he continues to work on me and continues to mold me into the man that I want to be. So I know I took a lot of time out today during this portion to tell you exactly how I felt about this, but it was something that I wanted to share with everybody, and I wanted to just be candid with everybody about one-on-one, that I always need to tell myself that whatever I do, whatever whatever the allowing of my priesthood allows me to do, is that my God is the one I do it for, and that I sacrifice my time and my will and my heart to Him, and I continue praying that I can do so with the most willing and meek heart that I can. So may the Lord be with you, and may He give you courage, and Christ is risen. God be with you. Bye-bye.